questions you should not ask in an interview. So in a job interview, the candidate will almost always be given an opportunity to ask questions to the interviewers. And well, during this time, you can ask pretty much anything, but there are certain things you should not ask, and that's what we want to take a look at today. So in this video, I want to tell you a little bit about why you need to be asking questions during interviews, and I'll give you a list of questions you should avoid asking. Although these, I do believe some of them are fair questions, and it's something that the candidates wonder about, but this is something you should not be asking during an interview. And lastly, I will also share with you some resources to help you prep for your interview. Well, I'm Professor Job Offer, and I've spent the last 10 years with a number of Forbes Global 2000 companies, and I'm here to share with you my tips and tricks on landing your next job offer. So let's dive right in on why you need to be asking interview questions. What is the rationale behind this? Well, first off, by asking questions, it really shows that you're interested in working for the company and in the position. And we do that by continuing the conversation through questions. Secondly, as the picture suggests, it also gives you an opportunity to highlight yourself again before the interview is over. So to be able to highlight your skills, experience, competencies to the interviewer to show that you are indeed a good fit. And this Q&A session allows you to do that. And also, there might be some information that might not be readily available online. And by asking certain questions, it allows you to acquire necessary information to be able to have you better evaluate the company and the position to see if it is indeed the right fit for you. And lastly, by asking the right kinds of interview questions and continuing that conversation, it allows the candidate to leave a lasting impression, and perhaps that could lead to a positive news or even an offer with the company. So let's take a look at some questions you should be avoiding. I'd like to categorize these into 4 different categories. First of which are the widely available information, the questions regarding that, and the questions about the internal or classified information about the company, and the questions about what the company can offer you or the candidate, and the stupid questions. Yeah, I'm actually going to call them stupid, and I'll tell you why. So let's start with questions related to widely available information. So we've definitely had candidates ask this. So what does the company do? It really is unprofessional. It shows that you haven't done your research and you're really clueless about what you're doing here. Another one, who are the company's main competitors? These are information that you could really easily find online if they are a relatively sizable company. And these are the information and research you should be doing before walking into an interview. And here's another one. What am I expected to do on the job exactly? Well, this information should be on the job description or on the job posting that you have seen and applied to. So these information, these are the things you should never be asking. Any information you can find right on Google. And on that note, if you're wondering what kind of interview questions Google asks, I have a video on that. So second category of questions you should avoid asking are internal or classified information questions. So such as, how often do reviews occur? Yeah, you might be wondering, it can be a fair question from an employee's perspective, but it's something that is a sensitive piece of information to ask. How about this one? How soon do you promote or give raises to employees? Yeah, it's something that I think a candidate may wonder, but I mean it is a little too classified, and that's not something companies. It's not very professional for you to be asking companies. And here's another one. Are you going to be checking my references or do a background check? Well, this may show that you may be nervous, or there are other reasons to kind of guess why you would be asking these kinds of questions to the interviewer. And does the company monitor email or internet usage? Another weird question about what the company does or doesn't do. The third category of questions that you should be avoiding is what the company can offer. And these questions actually, I'll tell you more about them, but a lot of candidates do wonder about what the company can offer in terms of their salary or benefits, welfare, or vacation. But these questions can actually wait until after you receive the offer. Yeah, it's not that, most companies do have some degree of wiggle room in terms of how you can negotiate your salary or benefits and welfare, probably not so much, but your salary and vacation. And these questions should definitely be waited until after you have received the offer. Yeah. And lastly, the stupid questions. I call them stupid because they're either irrelevant to the interview or the job, or they make you seem very unprofessional. So, like this, when can I start applying for other jobs within the company? Yeah, I mean, it's often true. It may be the case that there isn't currently a position that's of interest to you when you're applying, but you might be interested in other positions in the company. But it's really unprofessional for you to be asking this during the interview to say, "Oh, when can I start applying for other jobs?" Yeah. And secondly, we've definitely seen these as well. Some gossip or rumor that you've heard about within the company, like whether somebody got let go, or there's going to be huge layoffs, or there has been a big stock option payout, and so on. Not something you want to bring it up. And here's another one. A lot of companies do offer flexible work hours, but for you to be asking something like, "May I arrive late or leave early as long as I get my hours in, or as long as I get my work done," will make you seem like you're not that passionate or really interested in the job, and you just want to get the bare minimum done. And here's another one. Yeah, we all love our personal space, but to be asking, "Do I get my own office?" It's really, yeah, something you should avoid asking as well. And also, yes, it may be true that after spending some time with the interviewer, yeah, they may seem like a very friendly person and very welcoming person, but you need to really avoid questions that are too personal and try to keep it professional. You may ask about the interviewer's personal experience with the company or about the culture, but do avoid questions that are personal, and watch the fine line so you don't cross it. Here's another pro tip. If you're interested in what are some of the best questions to ask the interviewer in a job interview, I have a video about that. And lastly, that leads us to some resources that will help you prep for your interviews. So let's take a look. Well, there are many types of interview questions, and I like to divide them into three different categories. First of which are the introduction questions, which are designed to get an evaluation of your personality and get a rundown of your experience. And we also have the skill-based interview questions, which are designed for the interviewer to evaluate the candidate's skills, knowledge, experiences. And lastly, you have the behavioral interview questions, which they give you a small situation and ask about how you have reacted to that situation in the past, or how you will react to that situation in the past. And I have videos on each of those, so you can take a look at those. And if you're wondering about how do I answer interview questions using the widely used STAR technique, or the STAR method, which stands for the situation, task, action, and result, I do have a video on which questions you can use these for and how to use it, and I show you with an example like this, all right, with a couple different examples, starting with situation, describing the situation, how to highlight your task, and as well as your action. How did you become the superhero? How did you become the protagonist in that scenario, and what did that achieve as a result? So anyhow, I'm Professor Job Offer, and I'm here to help you land your next job offer. Thanks for watching.